disclaimer, drip is a life changer. Now all I do is chill and write bangers. Morph into the green like the White Ranger. Taking my block to the top just like Jenga. Danger, step on up and get roasted. I'm just trying to make some change like Drip Coach did. Posting like daily, put you under hypnosis. Fuck around with another dev and get ghosted. It's hopeless. We so bullish like Mike Jordan. All the fun fading away is quite enormous. Building a bridge, kinda like a chorus for those missing in action like Chuck Norris. Run for us, run away, don't come back. We stick together, on point like thumbtacks. Grab the Iron Man, they gone from one snap. Going hard for the network, that's a fun fact. Danger, step on up and get posted. I'm just trying to make.
Yo, what's up? Who's in the building? Can you guys hear me? How are the levels? Everything should be good because now I don't mess around with this. You set it and forget it. Let's see who we got. Shout out to DeFi Gardner. What up, DG? Let's go. Drip Community Philippines. Good AM champ. Good morning to you as well. DeFi Academy. What up? Matt Ewing, you're failing if you haven't checked in the stable swap. 193% APR stable coins. Yep, heard about it. Shameless shill, use my pearl. That's okay, but thanks. Levels are good. What up, what up? So yeah, it looks like, yeah, we got some updates, ironically. So we got some updates from the infamous Forex Shark himself and updates on, what do you call it? Carol Finance. Man, I watched Moonshot Max video after I saw the post in my Telegram. And yeah, we'll get into that first because that's what's probably more trending. I don't know how many of you got into that. You guys know I was late to the party. They hit me up. I decided to do the sponsor video for the $300 they gave me. That is probably, let me check that. Let's see where we're at with that. That is horrible. It's you laugh at your pain, right? So not funny that quote unquote an exploit took place. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I believe it's a rug pull. I told people in my Telegram back in November 6th that a rug pull was coming. So exploits are the new rug pull. You call it what you want. A flash loan in 2023 is just ridiculous. That's literally like DeFi 101. Now, granted, I can't code, so I don't know what to look for, but flash loans been around for, 4 to 6 years. And if your project is still getting flash loaned now, then that's either incompetence or willful negligence, whichever one. But either way, they're calling it an exploit due to a flash loan. We'll look at their response, but I'm calling it a rug pull. Damn, $1,000. That is crazy. So for me, I was able to pull out the 0.38 ETH. What is that? I don't even know what that is in price. Should be listed here, right? So out of the $300 they gave me, it's 95 still. So 66% wrecked on ETH, but that ain't coming back. So yeah, let's look at their announcement real quick, because that would give context to what happened for those that didn't get in. Important security update. We regret to inform our community that today the liquidity pool of Carol Protocol base version has been compromised. An exploiter successfully drained the pool using a flash loan attack via base swap fi DEX platform. Our team is actively investigating the incident. We'll soon provide a detailed report on the occurrence. We are committed to transparency and will keep our users informed as we navigate through this challenge. Yeah, I personally, again, this is my humble opinion, that was an exploit, internal. I don't believe that this was outside, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. You just choose who to believe, what to trust at this stage. But being around now, seeing this for multiple projects, it's too many coincidences when this happens. And I'll show you guys what I put in my Telegram. It was how November 6th. Let me see. Let me go back, because I actually made this comment and I stuck it out there because I was like, yeah, let's see how well this ages. And lo and behold, sadly, it aged well. And I don't wish any ill will or rug pulls on anyone, or exploits. Let's just call it what the team is calling an exploit. I'm personally calling it a rug pull, but I can't prove that. But I put this out here November 6th, so you can see this date up here. It says in my Telegram, just putting this here to see how well it ages. I have a feeling Carol is going to rug. Maybe I should have said /exploit. This latest promotion with the tickets to bond more ETH feels very familiar with previous protocols. Now, that being said, I could be wrong. They did hit me up for a sponsored video, so we'll see how this plays out. So literally a month, less than a month later, the liquidity is gone. So call it a rug, call it an exploit, call it a bug. It doesn't matter. The end result is that your money is gone. That's all that I'm calling a rug. So if it went to the devs or went to somebody else, who knows? But when you see, for me, the red flags in DeFi now, when you see promotions trying to get you to lock up more capital, that's a huge red flag, especially if it's a Ponzi. So we should know by now that yes, you can get in and make money, but you're making it off the backs of other people. Hence why I never put out a team link for Carol, because I knew where that money was coming from. It would be coming from people that I shilled to get in, and then they would be exit liquidity. So all DeFi, not all DeFi, the high ROIs and high interest rate DeFis are built on Ponzi's or shit tokens. They can just give you something else in exchange for your real assets. So anyway, we won't, I'm not gonna go through the rest of that, but it is ugly out here. I didn't look at the actual chart, but to have $1,000 in liquidity, that lets you know. I don't remember what they had. They had like 200,000 or whatever. And because they had over 1 million, and then due to the migration and opening up the swap and the DEX and all this other stuff that they did. Is this it? Yeah, that could be it. 4,900 in liquidity. Is that the one? I don't even remember. Anyway, let me check what you guys got in the chats here. What up, Matt? Mr. Living on fast food and breaking the barriers for what we know as health and wellness. Well, Matt Ewing, I tried. Appreciate you. You don't have to tell us the updates. We don't care. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. But I got to keep, that's not it. That's another one. I got to keep doing what it do. Oh, here we go. I had it in my favorites. So I will be covering, damn, it's got 4 zeros. So it was at 2 cents originally. And then it is ugly. Oh, that is horrible. That does not, can't even get the chart to go down that small. Jesus. Why did it go up so high on my DEX tools before this happened? Like, was there some kind of like attempt to sell at higher prices or something ridiculous to get that candle to wick that high? All right, so yeah, from 2 cents down to, so that's, shit, how many X's is that in lost liquidity? So you had, this one was the first one, from 2 cents to 1 cent, it just got cut in half. And then from whatever this is, they just drained the rest. That sucks. Oh well, it is what it is. But like I said, that's your red flags in DeFi. Whenever they try to get you to lock up more capital and there's no utility coming from anywhere, run for the hills. Unless you were first, then, you know, go right ahead and collect your ROI. So this one's still not too bad. It's down about 50%. So it was at 1.2 million and now it's at 600,000. Supposedly these are independent, but same team as far as I'm aware. So I would assume this would be the same personally. Won't be a flash loan because you can't pull the same trick twice. But something, in my opinion, will probably happen to this as well. And again, that's only because there is no utility. So there's no way to keep paying this out without new money coming in. So once new money stops coming in, then it dries up. And to me, that seems where the team decides, shit, the money's drying up, let's get ours out as well. So something happens. They make a change and it gets exploited, whatever the case may be. But before we go into the next announcements, let's play this clip from good old DG, because this was hilarious. Deepfakes are going to be an extreme issue to deal with. One, on the front side, it's going to be funny. So you'll have deepfakes and stuff like this that you know are fake, but I forgot who I was listening to. Could have been Raoul Pal, but it was basically someone from the macro investment side that was talking about how this is going to be the catalyst for the next push for a unified either CBDC, or what has to come before that would have to actually be digital IDs. because if you have a CBDC, they need to make sure that one person is getting the payouts, basically, kind of like your social security number. So they want to make sure that whoever they're giving money to, they know it goes to one physical person, and that person is spending the money, or that they can track them, whatever the case may be, right? So there needs to be some form of a digital ID take place. Now, those of us in the know are going to be smart enough to resist that matrix attack. Shout out to Tate. But those who don't won't see it. So it'll come in the form of stimulus or whatever the case may be, and they'll try to push CBDCs, but you're going to get resistance like they are in Nigeria and other countries. Now, the way around that is through another fear-based campaign. And what better way to push fear than with the new AI narrative, as well as images like this. So imagine, and we've seen some already, some country national that has a deep fake that could cite fear or propaganda, and not that country's national being the one who made it, but the actual conflicting country. So let's just use a hypothetical. If you wanted to go to war with someone, so I'm not going to call out countries' names, but if you want to go to war with someone, then you could take, and you were that country that you wanted to go to war with for propaganda, you would take that country's political leader, create a deepfake technology. Now, if you're the government, you can do that. So yours would look better than this. You would have a much better way to send that. And then that is essentially just propaganda, like the leaflets and stuff back in the communist days. So, but now it could be spread massively through social media. And if you are a government that also owns and controls the social media narrative, meaning you get to dictate what's pushed out on that social media platform, then no matter where the unsuspecting individuals look, they are going to get this narrative. And then, of course, now your objective and agenda is pushed. So that's how I see digital IDs and CBDCs coming, because the technology is here. And right now it's just being used as memes and for fun. But man, oh man, the shit is going to get real very quick. Now, without further ado, let's listen to this. So let's get Tate in here. Our levels.
My opinion on Forex Shark? The dude is a straight up fucking scammer. Someone told me he has this new project, Black Cube Finance. I mean, when I heard that, I instantly laughed my ass off. Him and his butt buddy Ray need to fuck off with their bullshit. We are calling the new project Black Hole Finance, because just like everything else Forex releases, your money goes in but doesn't come out. My opinion on Forex Shark? The dude.
I'm going to accept responsibility for the black hole pointing. I don't know. I'm sure there's other people that was saying it, but I definitely was throwing it out there multiple times on my channel. And that is a very, very fitting name for that. Now, speaking of that, now I have no idea how legit this is. This was in my chat from supposedly someone who owns Black Cube Finance, or Black Cube Protocol or something like that. Where is it? Supposedly someone sent a not a cease and desist, but a message to Ray or Forex about this Fox guy. Where is this? If the website is released, we are this guy. So this message here. Can we zoom in here? Funny, and there won't be anything from this, because from what I can tell, this is like an Israeli company, and there's probably nothing going to come from this. But I don't even know if it's legit. This could just be someone made this up or whatever. What is this? Kind Castellana, Tel Aviv, London, Madrid. So I have no idea where these guys are actually located, but Black Cube. And this is their logo and their website. So this is it similar to Black Cube Finance? Is that how? I don't even know what ours looks like. Let's go to, where's Forex Shark's silly update? Here we go. There was somebody with the name, so I don't see the name of the logo. Okay, so there's no cube in the logo here. But either way, funny to say the least. So with that, let's take a look at the latest and greatest updates from Forex Shark himself. Telegram, I think, had better updates or longer. I like that. Scam alert. Let's go here. Rome, here we go. Rome, back test result. This is, oh my God, please don't fall asleep on this. Well, actually, you can fall asleep. You can tune off. I don't really care if you guys watch or not. I'm not going to beg you for views. But anyway, this is just a bunch of nonsense, jibber jabber, but we're going to read it because, you know, that's what I do on this channel. So Rome, backtest results using the 1 week update interval. This backtest starts in early 2021 and ends just this week. Notice how the default strategy, the top one, performs very well over all market conditions. However, in the past year, as the market has been more stable, the -1 strategy has really shined more than doubling the USD value of the principal position. But while the market was super volatile, peak bull and bear run, -1 was relatively stable, not growing, but maintained value. Starting at default and then switching to -1 when the market stabilized would have resulted in around 400% APY in 2.5 years, not including cake or cube rewards. We're going to use this data and make some adjustments to the range setting options. The first thing that comes to mind is making the adjustment between the settings a little more subtle. We will have the update interval adjustments results soon, as well as more insights on the machine learning algo we are using to create these results. Check back testing results on Twitter. I've been holding off on public statements until I have a major update. As some of you saw from the tweet we made 2 days ago, and as I have been explaining in the DAO meetings, we have been seeing deviations in share allocations to liquidity providers who are not adding the same value to our share positions. We knew this is not right and have been continuing testing every day for many hours, a day for weeks, trying to find the source of this deviation. As people who have been paying attention to the space know, this deviation is exactly what caused Kyber to be hacked a couple weeks ago. This continued testing without a firm solution is why we have just been keeping our heads down and continue to work until we find a solution. It's funny he does all this work here. I have to like segue here. So all this work, supposedly this happened to Kyber, deviations, liquidity being withdrawn. Why wasn't he looking into Ray stealing funds from from Drip and being exploited? All this extra work on other stuff when literally our Drip project was being exploited from within. Whether or not it was Forex and Ray, I don't know. But it's very interesting. He can do all this work outside, but let Drip die a slow death for 1.5 years while screaming from the rooftops that it was sustainable and that it's just a market correction and that it was paying out when you add the yield and the 1% per day. It is outperforming other projects. All this other nonsense that we were gaslit for 1.5 years. And then it's now pennies on the dollar. But yet he does all this. Where are we at? Counting, testing every day for many hours and days for weeks to try to find the source of this deviation. Why didn't we find the source of the deviation when we went from $161 down to 100, down to 50, down to 10, down to $1, down to 10 cents? Why was there no hunting for deviations then? Very, very interesting. It's funny. I mean, if I wasn't in this shit show for the past 1.5 years, I would probably believe it. But when you go back and look, that's why I keep all my videos there. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. All right, on to the next statement. Over the weekend, we decided to stop testing our share allocation model and create a new one that we know will be accurate since we built it from scratch. Here we go with the built from scratch shit again, rather than going in what some other projects have done. The commitment to testing security is why we have never suffered an exploit or a hack, except for Ray draining liquidity along with other influencers who drained the contract. It would have been very easy for us to say, well, this is what all the other projects are doing, so it must be right. Or, yeah, there's a small deviation in share allocation, but it seems to be working for other big projects like Kyber. Or just not notice the issue at all, which is what he did with Drip, which is probably the case for all other projects up until the Kyber situation. I like how he's just like name dropping Kyber like he's some kind of soothsayer Nostradamus or something like that. But no, we discovered the issue and continued to dig and dig until we came to a conclusion that the model is just not viable. We need to do something better. So this just sounds like basically he didn't have shit ready. I believe, like I told you guys before, his devs have quit. He doesn't have anybody working on stuff. He treats people like shit. So his leadership skills are insane, or lack thereof. And what actually happened is he hasn't had anybody to get this project out. So now he has found another red herring. We've seen this before. So you guys know I'm preaching to the choir. Every single time something is about to launch, he finds something that needs to be fixed and that he's spending all this extra time on. But then we find out later that there was some issue behind the scenes with the actual team and shit like that. So to me, this is just that another excuse. This Kyber is just a red herring that he doesn't have anything developed. The shit's not ready, just like the drip UI. The lack of the updates on the UI, it's still not ready, still not accurate. Animal Farm UI is still not finished. So here we are with another half-assed project and some kind of issue that he's identified and that he will fix and that they're going to dig and blah, 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 blah. All this while the liquidity and the TVL is dropping, and then he'll be a day late and $1 short to the party, and then come up with another excuse that, you know, it was devs or it was market conditions or whatever. And we will be right back to repeating this exact same thing come next year. Like, it makes no sense how this keeps going on and how there are still people knee deep in the Kool-Aid. I mean, I guess I can understand it, because when you're making money, all you want to do, or it's easier for you to do, is to just kind of close your eyes, tuck your tail, hide in the corner, because you don't want to see the truth or peek behind the curtain, because you made a couple bucks. So you don't want to question where that money came from. But us on the outside looking in, it should be quite obvious. Crazy. All right, let's see what we got in the chats. I've rambled long enough and read the updates. Here's some pictures for those updates. We got anything? Levels are good. This, I good, sir. Facts. Arm Jr. What up? So I guess that was everything. So insane. I mean, hey, at least he threw out some cool looking charts to show us deviations and how things perform. But this makes me think this is what Bernie Madoff used to do. So once the data is out, so you can go back and make a model that will fit how things already performed. So this doesn't actually tell me anything, because you're looking back over history, and then now you can go ahead and create something that says, oh, here's what my model would have done for 2.5 years. This isn't any validation at all, because the historical data is there. Now, the how you would test this is going forward from this point now till later. Let's see what happens. This is why Plan B was hailed as, you know, the Notre Dame of Bitcoin until it stopped at 60K, because his model was on point for 4 years and then it fell off. So his was a good projection of the future. It's still actually, I think, within one deviation or whatever the case may be. But this is nothing. Like, Forex has basically been silent, gives us a bunch of jibber jabber of nothing, throws out some charts that actually tell you nothing as well. Like, anybody can make this up. This doesn't do anything, because you're just plugging in historical data, and then whatever your algorithm is to go with that historical data, now your chart represents that. I don't get how this is an update or supposed to make people feel any warm fuzzies or better about the project. Insane. Foreskin chart. Nice story, but from previous comms, the expectation was you would be way closer to launching. Overall disappointment and longer wait. Yep. Pancake swap is running laps. Facts. Hot garbage. This Forex think that people actually believe in scams anymore. Yeah, sadly, Dublin, many people still do. The results speak for themselves. I showed you guys REIT. If you watched my channel, there's still 150 people in REIT, in the REIT DAO. And that token has actually bounced off the $10 level and back to $15. Now, could that just be a handful that are buying it within the DAO of the diehards? Yeah, but still, volume and price is all we can go off of. And the fact that there's still 150 people on that DAO. So there's people that definitely still buy his bullshit. Totally appreciate everything you're doing. Patience is key. Frank. Tough to read these comments. Yep. Reality's tough, my friend. Blah, blah, blah. This looks like your latest AKG. Has any walk forward optimization using out sample data been done? Sounds like somebody might have some insight on running samples. Appreciate the hard work. Good luck, bro. Appreciation. That's cute. Well, that just goes back to show that there are definitely people on both sides. I have given up on Team Forex. Told you guys that that's no secret anymore. I do not believe anything he says. But again, I do urge or express caution because there are enough people that will support him and pump his tokens and whatever he puts and gets into. So I would definitely keep an eye on it. So that's why I did mention, like, if you're in the animal farm now and you got seats and dogs or whatever, seats and cubes, currently dogs and pigs, then yeah, just hold on to him at these prices because he will selfishly find a way to pump his own bags. And those that believe the narrative, of course, will do the exact same. So you can probably definitely catch a nice pump on dogs and pigs, aka seats and cubes, and then sell out. But investing new capital, hell no. Like, definitely not. You're catching a falling knife at these prices. And again, here's back to some people still definitely believe because pigs has bounced off the bottom. Maybe it's poor Kenny just getting wrecked left and right. Actually, he's not getting wrecked. I got to give him credit. So talk about how to use your community. So he does sponsored videos and then buys more pigs with that money. So I can't fault him on that. He's found quite the sustainable Ponzi. So pigs was here at 11 and it is bounced back up to 15. So similar to Reap, actually. That's ironic. That Reap's a little higher. But Reap was down at 10 as well and went to 15, but now it's at 18. Good old Reap. Like I said, this is Forex's one trick pony. So he did an amazing job with this. I got to give him credit for that because Reap launched, I showed you guys, at 10 cents. And it is still up 2 and some change years later. And there are some diehards in the community. So now from what I've heard, this is outside in hearsay speculation, but from people that I've talked to, maybe they're just jaded, the only narrative I've gotten is that it's not worth it to be in the Dow because even when he posts a trade, he ghosts the trade and doesn't show back up for weeks on end. So you don't know when to get in and when to exit. And he's not really very forthcoming or active in there. So you're paying right now $6,000 almost. But I guess maybe the collective energy. So from the other people, you're getting access to other people, other ideas. And maybe that's where the value is at. And that's why people have held for so long. But again, the fact that it's stayed up, hasn't even dropped below $10 since launch. Or after it started trading. How long was that? Okay, back here. So that's impressive. I gotta at least say that. So March 21 went up to $30. Then where is the $10 level? Because I don't know if we're gonna see that again. But not financial advice. If you're looking to throw $3,000 away, at least this token shows normal technical analysis. Damn, it dropped all the way down to $1 here. That makes sense because it launched at 10 cents. But pretty much from here, so September 2021, and it has not gone back down to this level ever since. That, again, that's all I can say is that's impressive for that token, because everything else he's touched has turned to shit. But there we go. So it's bounced off that level. So we did trade a little. We got below that, just a hair. Surprise. So whoever scooped that up, they've gotten almost a nice 2x here. So some people in the Dow are still buying because that's a healthy looking chart. $12,000 in liquidity or volume over the last 2 hours. I'm sure it's like the few people collecting more, and maybe some new ones jumping in, but yeah. Anyway, I went off on a tangent again. Let's see. What do we got in the chats? bullish. That must be on black hole finance. Bullish indeed. Indeed. So I don't know what the status. Oh, let's check on kitchen sink. I haven't looked at that. Have we broken the one? What is that? 11 million? What do they need to be higher than? So they've almost got 1 million drip burnt. Oh, there we go. 8.3 million. Man, nice. So actually, that is something I can show because, man, it is drip is still minting like crazy. Pretty much 1 million a day, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Total drip. Yeah, minted in the last 24 hours. 1.3 million. And let's go back to, let's see, the 15th. Was that about the same? Minted in the last hour, 1.2 million. So it has not slowed down at all. 1.2 million. Pretty much after Triple D shit the bed, I think it's just been, 1.7 million. So I already made my statement that it'd be like closer to 500 million drip or so. This was, where are we at? Total drip, 2 days. So none was minted then. Trying to see what the high was. 2 days since drip was minted. 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 3 days. So that's when it's still doing pretty good. Where are we at? Need to find that stat again. 580,000. So we pretty much just started screaming up from there, got to 1.7, and then we're still at 1.2. So you can maybe say it's slowing down by 500,000 drip a day, or you could also say it's due to the holidays. Could also say people just stop paying attention. It's really, really hard to say. I would need to see that number come down to like below 500,000. So still sitting with 1.3 million per day. So that is still cause for alarm that we got a lot of drip to come out or get into circulation. Question is, where does it go at that stage? Hey, drip's not here. Where is my drip? Liquidity, 278,000. Volume on it has been what? $600. So not that many sales. So I believe the bulk of what's coming out is going into the kitchen sink because not that many people are selling, or even if they are selling, they're not able to get a lot because you have to sell a lot of drip to get a couple $100. So when we look at sales, somebody's buying the dip, 3,000 drip, 10,000 drip. Wait, well, I guess that's not a lot. They just put up $125 and they got 10,000 drip. That is crazy. Jesus Christ, man. Like I put up $30,000 and I'll have roughly 40K. So I get 40K drip once I claim it all out. So I could get 40,000 drip right now for basically $500. I'm not going to, but that is just nuts because it's going to continue to go lower until the utility is brought in from outside sources. It's not coming from Forex, of course, but outside in, there is still hope. I still am definitely hoping and holding because I'm, again, seeing what the kitchen sink devs have done. Potentially whatever this Wasted Labs is, Drip Marble Run, Drip 21, maybe Wrap Drip, all these different things, because you got to look at it from the perspective of there are, we're not going to call it 160,000 people. We're going to call it, like I said, 30 to 40. So let's go to 40. We'll call it 40,000 people, and we'll say 25% of them ROI, made money. They don't really care what happens to drip. The other 75% are wrecked. So you're looking at 30,000 people that are invested in drip, and that collective energy. Now, not everybody's active, of course. Not everybody has a willingness to participate and do things. Some are jaded, some have tapped out, but either way, 30,000 people that want to see the price of their token appreciate because they have their money there. So since, can't say the contract's immutable, but since the contract is on the blockchain, the token is there, those people collectively are going to be doing things to try to add value to it. And that's the energy I'm betting on. Like, that tied to hopefully BNB doing something. Like, who knows what the fate of BNB is now with the new CEO and stuff like that. But theoretically, it's better than it was because that was a potential black swan event looming with the SEC and all that. And now that that's settled, that could be a good thing. So if that is a good thing for crypto, and CZ literally stating that he's going to focus more on BNB, I think he said like 99% of his portfolio is in BNB. So who knows what he could partner with or who he could tag team with to help the BNB price. So just by, again, outside factors, the community, the people that want to see Drip succeed, CZ being bullish on BNB, SEC settling and no longer focusing on Binance, those catalysts alone and the ETF, those could all add to Drip just seeing price appreciation by circumstance. So, yeah, why the hell not? You know, kind of where I'm at. Coach, you're doing a good job. A lot of money in the pig house. King of, get out of the way. King of the slowest. I got y'all in my pocket for everything, and he's all the way to his bank with the sidekick Ray. Yeah, true indeed. I'm still DCAing my broke way to 10,000 Drip. Hey man, I hear you. Because you never know. Like, this could be like the Shiba Inu of 2019. You're buying it, and then who the hell knows what happens? Like, I don't know for sure. Do you think BNB could 10x this cycle? Not 10x. I definitely see a 5x. I am definitely believe there will be a 1,000 BNB. Like, I don't see how that would not be in the cards automatically because we saw 600 already. So, in a nice 5x from here, that would be very, very supportive for everything within the ecosystem. So, but 10x, that's hard to say. But who knows? Nobody really knows what's going to happen with that. BNB is kind of a black box with their validators and all that stuff. So it is definitely more of a centralized versus DeFi token. But CZ has done pretty good things with the space. I mean, granted, it's a black mark on his career with the anti-money laundering laws and all that stuff. But that's kind of bullshit claim because so you had the AML laws, of course, and KYC and all that, but there were no rules specifically for crypto and how it's supposed to be regulated. So by extension, because you're buying it with a government fiat currency, they just levied these things, but there was nothing specifically governing the space. There still isn't. There's still no rules. So he kind of gets hit with the book for rules about things that never have rules in place. So it's kind of BS. But at the same time, you got to understand, the government's going to protect their fiat, their currencies, and there were rules in place for those, but it's like a gray area in my book. So I don't really see that as a ding on him or his character. From what he's done in the space and the development and all this stuff with Binance and all that from scratch, from being pretty much a nobody, I think he's definitely a much needed catalyst in the space. Let's put it that way. So that being said, BNB has, in my opinion, a bright future, actually now more so with him not in charge of Binance. Kind of like Michael Saylor stepping out of the CEO role of Strategy. What the hell is the name of his company? Can't even think now. But anyway, him stepping out of that and focusing on Bitcoin adoption, basically. So I think it's a good move. And that could, in the future, maybe not this cycle, but next cycle, definitely see a 2,000. Like, I think it was Raoul Paul that said BNB, like all the alts are following. So ETH follows Bitcoin by a cycle, and the alts follow ETH by a cycle. So if ETH trails Bitcoin, then that means we can see BNB do what ETH is doing. So we saw what, a $3,000 ETH price, 3,500, close to 4. So that could mean that this cycle, yes, you could see a 2K BNB. It still seems like a reach for me, but who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? All right. Let's see. Okay, that's what I was about to look at. So here we are, 8.3 million on the kitchen sink and 11 million in PCS. So they are coming for it. That is impressive, man. Jesus Christ. What was the date of this contract? Are we at 2 months yet? I just found this little feature that allows you to see the contract creation date or something like that. Where'd that feature go? Burn, submit label, token balance. Am I looking in the wrong place? Let's go here. More. That's not it. That's what I get for talking shit. I knew where it was or saw it before. Maybe I need to actually see the kitchen sink. I don't even think it's 2 months yet. I think it's really close to 2 months, but not quite yet. Token approval. That's not it. Oh, it's under filter. Nope, that wasn't it either. Damn it. This is what happens when you don't use these tools. You forget where to find shit. But there's like an option that says like contract creation date. And that's usually quicker than trying to go to the very first transaction on the blockchain for the contract. Both will give you the same answer, but depending on how old the contract is and how many interactions are on it, transactions are on it, you may not be able to see the whole thing. So I was hoping to be able to just pull that up very easily, but clearly I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So it's not there, but I do think it's like 2 months old, right at 2 months, somewhere around that time frame. Aha, there it is. So it's a little filter icon. 39,000 transactions, not bad. 49 days ago, I was right. Just a month and a half, man. October 12th. That is impressive. They have collected 8.3 million drip. Well on their way to taking out PancakeSwap. Now, again, this drip is coming from the minting on the faucet, so or the tax vault, but it's still impressive to say the least. I don't remember what happened with this. Somebody created this pair, but they haven't done anything with it. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, we got any other questions? Because you guys know I don't like to waste your time. I've already gone down some rabbit holes and gave you my thoughts. I got nothing else. There is another ROI DApp coming out. They may or may not, I may or may not do a video on them. Depends on what they want me to cover and what they're willing to pay. But as you guys know, I'm not going to put a referral link or anything like that and just leave the money in the contracts and just see how it plays out. The main goal with now showing a couple sponsored videos is to show you your dishonest content creators who don't show you behind the scenes, shamelessly show their link, and then they ROI and you get wrecked. So at least I can show you that side of the promotional content creation space. Because at the end of the day, I am here to make content and show you what's going on. In Drip specifically is why I created the channel, but my original reason was to empower the impoverished by helping them find financial freedom through crypto assets. And I have not been able to do that because all the projects I have found have just been Ponzi's and stealing money from those actual impoverished people. So kind of in light of that, another coaching part that I can wear is showing how this works from the marketing development side. So I have done some deep dives into marketing and sales for my health and fitness business. So I think it plays well into DeFi to help you understand how the marketing works. Here it's a lot more forward facing in the fact that it's just shameless shills and people just FOMO based on chart prices. It's not as cloak and dagger as a traditional marketing space, but your brain still operates the same way. So what I'm getting at is, yeah, putting out content like that, but being transparent, showing you guys behind the scenes. Like every single one of my Carol videos that I made, I told you guys from the beginning when I put it out there that I did not believe they would last, and that I believed it was going to be, it's a Ponzi, and that it would probably rug pull. So we can't confirm or deny that it was a rug pull, but the liquidity is gone regardless. That's all that matters. And this one, I mentioned before, I was showing this, it's sponsored, but this very first video was this one, and I mentioned it in this video, so 3 weeks ago. So it didn't even take 3 weeks. Right now, the base one is still kicking, but I have a feeling it will meet the same fate. Again, not because of just the devs, but because that's just the way the space works. And you just got to understand that energy. If there's no money coming in from real utility, then there's nothing that you can do about that. One of the simple solutions, and that's why I'm hoping, let's take a look at that. Do they have an update? I'm hoping this actually does that. So I am trusting, and I shouldn't do that, but I am trusting Moonshot Max. I don't know anything about this, but I know he's behind this from marketing side. But here's what I'm getting at. If you can create utility in one simple way, and this is what I was trying to do with my Crypto Ranch project. One simple way is essentially what Forex has done with the DAO. And it goes way beyond Forex and the DAO. It goes way back to Masterminds and Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It goes into country clubs where you buy access. So access to people, energy, that kind of thing, close proximity, people pay for that. So I don't understand why more of these ROI dApps don't actually collect, again, like this, the influencers or developers or whatever. That's what I was trying to do with Crypto Ranch. Put them in the space and make the utility of the token, or at least one of the utilities of the token, access to these people. Because at least there you have collective mindsets from different walks of life, and that can help you navigate the crypto and DeFi space. There are some people in there that are marketing experts. There are some people that are professional traders. There are some people that are actual developers and coders. Like, all of that is valuable information. It's not a hard concept. Like, why do we got to keep having these ROI Ponzi's that aren't sustainable without yield? Why not instead, before you put your little ROI Ponzi out, do a crowd fund as an NFT, and that NFT gives you access to these people, and that by itself makes the token or the NFT have some value. It's really simple. And then you use that value that you added for that NFT to fund the actual token price, then allow free market speculation to pump the token, dump the token, or whatever, but it will have a floor based on access to the community. It's really stupid simple. Like, literally in my fitness, online fitness program right now, that is actually something I sell. There are some people that I market to that can't afford my programs. So I say, well, hey, you can get lifetime access to our group, and I make it cheap. By getting access to my private Telegram group, they can talk to other like-minded women, because I do only women's fitness, and find out where they're at on their journey and get feedback. They also get access to me, the other coaches. They can ask questions about their personal goals and things of that nature, and I provide that information. So that is just an old, simple way to add value. But somehow, some way in DeFi, they haven't latched on to that, and I don't get it. So hopefully something like that is here. Like, I see what they're doing in regards to adding all these influencers, which is great for hype. But at the end of the day, if you have all hype and no utility, then the token chart looks the same, no matter what. So I hope that this will be different. And again, I'm just trusting Moonshot Max and the collective people behind these projects. So we will see what this will do. We still don't have any more info on it, but definitely come out and check it out, because at a minimum, this is going to pump, in my opinion, right out the gate, because there's just too many people behind it, supporting it as a day one project. So that by itself is just positive. What do we got? Can only pick one for the rest of your life, deadlift or squat. Deadlift. That's a simple one. To me, way more benefits and less risk reward. Squat requires too many more moving pieces and fundamentals, and too many, what do you call that? Things can go wrong in the squat. Like, I can teach, the deadlift has a lot more, I don't want to say a lot, but I feel like it has a built-in safety mechanism, meaning that if you can't pick it up, it doesn't come off the floor. Squat, if you step away from the rack, once you've unracked it and you start descending, it can be a fast downward spiral to something really bad happening, i.e. that latest video, maybe about 2 months ago, of the guy that literally killed himself squatting. I forgot the guy, he's an influencer. And the bar rolled over the front of his head because he didn't know how to dump. And he had 2 guys with him to spot him. But instead of him bailing and letting the bar roll backwards or having safety bars, it rolled right over the front of his head, back of his head, and broke his neck. So because of the risk reward, I would definitely say deadlift. Matt, what about you? Have you heard anything about crypto staking tax regulations in the US? I heard the IRS is overreaching on that as of July. Man, I don't follow anything about taxes. I am out of the country. I've been here for 7 years, and you don't have to claim anything. I think it's like over 100K, 135. I can't remember what it is. But since everything I do out here in Cambodia is pretty much transacted in cash, and then my bank accounts don't tie back to the US, I don't make any money according to the US government. So therefore, I don't keep up with taxes. Still have to file taxes and tell them I didn't make any money, which is a waste of money, but I can't give you anything else. The hell, I didn't see that. Oh shit, I'll send it to you on Telegram. I don't think it's one to portray here. Maybe I could find that real quick though. Let me see. Yeah, it's cringe, I guess you could say. The guy from Squat University was actually covering it. I watched some of his clips. He's got some great content on like educational stuff. But influencer guys, wow, squatting. I wonder if YouTube has removed it. But yeah, he's a big dude, 210 kilos. I think this is it. Yep. Viewer discretion is advised. So I will play this for Matt. Yeah, so this is the one I watched. Oh, this is on ET. Is this the actual one? Yeah, Squat University covered it. Nope. Yeah, that's it right there. Broke his fucking neck. Oh my God, that is cringe. And he's got spotters, but he had no safety. So he went down, and I don't know why he didn't bail. Like right here, he could have bailed. Oh, it hurt to watch. Oh my God. So yeah, because of that, I would definitely stick with deads. 210 kilos though. Some serious fucking weight. And I've seen some people even doing the snatch. Yeah, snatch from CrossFit, and they've got doubled over in their squat, falling over. And I've seen a couple people in the gym also face plant and let the bar roll over, but I've never seen that. I guess it had to do with the weight, of course. So there's clearly an amount that is game over. Jesus Christ is right, my friend. My 2 drip tokens never lift any amount of weight unless you know you can lift it. Yeah. Well, that's a catch-22 because that's the whole point of setting new PRs. So a PR will actually be a weight you can't lift. And if you watch any tough man competitions, powerlifting, things of that nature, you're literally pushing through a plateau and your body's recruiting every fiber in its being so that you can get stronger. And that's what actually allows you to lift weight that you quote unquote can't lift. And there's limiting beliefs in the brain that stop you from lifting weights. And that literally happens with people who are newbies, for example, just from never lifting weight before. They can't pick something up, but just over time, perfect example is the chin up. They can barely hang from a bar. I've helped countless women get their first chin up, and they start with not being able to even hold their own body weight. So by your definition, they wouldn't continue training because they can't even lift their body weight, even in a push-up or a chin-up. But when you train them properly, they get stronger because they actually are lifting weight that they can't lift, but with good form, and then they get stronger. So there's a nuance to that, but I get what you're saying for sure. That's a rare injury in that way. Oh yeah, definitely rare, but but that just stamps the risk-reward ratio I was talking about. There's too many problems that can come from a squat versus a deadlift. Like a deadlift, I've actually never really seen anyone herniate their back doing the deadlift itself. I've seen it happen after, bending down to tie their shoe to pick up something. But actually in the deadlift, I haven't seen, the worst I've seen is people passing out. But I haven't actually, my herniated disc I got was from a front squat. So I never got an injury from deads, to be honest. It's always been from squats. Yeah, so I would definitely pick deads. And go to like hack squats, safety bar squats, goblet squats, leg press. Like you can still do plenty of stuff. Even sissy squats. There's still plenty of exercises that remove the risk reward or the risk from squats. But I wouldn't say neglect them. Like they're definitely still good to have. Hell, just switch to Bulgarian split squats. You want some quads, you can do some damage with some Bulgarians and a dumbbell. Like that's plenty. All right. So we went off on a fitness tangent. Appreciate it. That was fun, Matt. But we'll cap it there right at the 1 hour mark as usual. Shout out to the herniated disc squad. Yep. All right. Oh, we'll keep you guys in the loop for whatever the next updates are, or lack thereof, of course. Be careful of gaslighting. Don't buy shit tokens, especially if they're shilled by influencers. Myself included. All right. See you guys on the flip side. Happy holidays. And hey, it's December 1st already, man. This year is already over. Lift daily and achieve your impossible. See you guys.